Minasan, McMegane's here and welcome back to another top 10 video. Firstly, I want to apologize that since it's been a while since I last uploaded, I have been busy with a lot of things like uni projects, helping my family business, so yeah, there's a lot of things that I have on my plate currently. Anyway, VG-V-BT01 introduced the players to a lot of old school style of how Vanguard was played, while retaining that meta flair that J-Era have left up with. And of course, with only 4 clans available for standard, it's determined how other clans card will look like. But for now, let's look at 10 best cards from VG-V-BT01. I'll be judging these cards based on how well these new cards adapt to both standard and premium format. As usual, leave in the comments below your top 10 VG-V-BT01 cards. And so, here is my top 10 VG-V-BT01 cards. Okay, I decided to put this at number 10 for one reason. Premium format. In premium, card restrict is still creeps in like your worst stalker, but this new type of sentinels help fixing that problem to an extent. It can escape Balam's Hell and just about any grade 1 or higher guard restrict that is currently available to all clans, giving the deck option to run more grade 1s which can be useful for offense. Though it can't escape from the guard, these draw triggers does its job. As the weakest we are in my opinion, this is far from being bad. A card that supports Blaster Blade is always good, I mean that card always got supported. But as a VR on its own, it is not so good as it is only supported Blaster Blade. On demand free call for Blaster Blade is nice and all, but all advantage Blaster Blade get is that just that 10k. Though it is done good in standard, but in premium you rather go for Alfred early due to his effect being on call or not act like this card. Still, this card is scary early game since force skip is a thing and it does match the simplicity that Bushiroad wants the standard format to be. This card is excellent, though it still needs some helps. It is used mainly as one of the key pieces in one turn queue in premium and relatively a good pressure turn in standard. The biggest drawback of this card is its cost. So blast through and discard a grade 3 is far from being cheap. Though being able to fetch for 2 critical triggers and 10 plus 10k the entire field is definitely worth the cost, but without this particular card, this might not be even on the list. Imperial Rotors is just a very stable card. She has something to play for all her effects, from a bit of the top deck manipulation with the bonus when you override her over a grade 3 and on-demand power boost, which is nice and all. Mediocre is best to describe this card as it just fits fine in both standard and premium. As a card from a clan where defense is a priority, this card gives the offense that the clan really needs, and that's why I put this card this high on the list. This girl has that I put her here. 1. She's a Megas, so she can be played in premium Megas, which is my favorite OTT sub-clan. 2. She can manipulate Drive Shake whenever you want to, as long as it is a grade 2 or higher, as long as she is there on the field. And 3. She has a mini override effect of Draw 1, which is actually pretty helpful. This card helps you to fix your bad defense hand and convert into your Drive Shake from nothing into a mulligan, which is useful in both formats.
But wait!
Play this card with Globe Megas, means you can manipulate your draws for days. But hey, that is just my unpopular opinion and biasness toward Megas. More Megas and please push around. Riser Custom only have 2 jobs and it does perfectly well. It can attack on the very first turn, you know, the turn where you normally can't attack.
What? What the fuck?
Yes, this card can attack on that very first turn where you normally can't attack, though it loses a Drive Shake. Though your opponents might be guarding that, but in the card game where number of hits you can take is limited, every damage counts. And to top it off, it has the ability to restand when another unit is the same column as this card, and there's no name restriction, which makes this card a staple in any Nova grapple deck, be it standard or premium. There is a space for this card. Sadly, it plays more of the support role in pulling off the final turn, but these 4 units does. This boy make OTT final turn in premium almost a guaranteed win. Playlisting with the guard Victorious Deer and Circle Megas ensures that at least 2 attacks will deal at least 1 damage to opponents, and it is guaranteed to hit.
What?
This is due to Ishikishima guard restrict, which restrict grade 0 and G Guardian, and silent Tom ability to prevent opponent from guarding with normal units, aka Sentinels. However, due to how good new triggers in V era is, it is less effective as a finisher in standard, which prevents it to be any higher on this list. As a true finisher for the current Royal Paladin, this thing is ridiculous in terms of raw power due to her MR for recharging raw, which plus the entire field by 15k, not counting force skip, and it is an X skill which is actually pretty good in standard, but not so much in premium where strike is still prevalent in the format. This thing also self-sufficient as he can soul shard every time he attacks, though you won't use it often as there is not a lot of soul charging unit in Royal Paladin standards as of now. Overall, it's an extremely good power up of one of the most well-known cards in the Vanguard, provided you watch the anime. Since number 1 might be obvious to many of you already, let's talk about this guy. This card has a lot of interesting effects to go for it, and one of those being of course that Sentinel Restrict effect. Though it requires 1 grade 3 Sobal, which is not hard to play in standard and premium overlord, this card has a big trade power boost going on which ensures that the attack you hit, especially in standard where G-Guard is not allowed to be played yet. However, even with Force Marker Gift, this card still lag when it comes to final turns as you need to force opponent to use a lot of his card before you write this card, and then your final turn will go through. As the current top boy in Japan's standard tournament, this card is great for 1. Excel Gift. With Bushido restricting the stamina characteristic to a few clans only as of now, Excel is the best gift compared to Force and Protect, and Nova Grappler knows how to abuse it. Second reason is the front trigger. Trust me, with the same reason as the first one, front trigger is very dangerous and is guaranteed a minimum of 20k guard once triggered for any unit on Excel circle. Some of you might think, Mac, is that means the Perfect Riser needs to attack first? Well my friends, Perfect Riser has an ability to withstand any 2 units on attack, which means you can just spam some of your attack first before rush with more attacks. And to keep things worse, its stand effect is not restricted to any sub-clan, so that means it works for standard and premium just fine. To conclude, this card aside from his second effect, everything is excellent. That's all I have for today guys. It's been a while since I did a top list and upload anything in general, but more is coming for you guys, so don't forget to leave in the comments below of your top 10 VG-V-BT01 cards and click the like and share button if you really enjoy it. Lastly, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell button to know all my upcoming notifications and join my casual party. And this is McMegane's logging out.